Match 3 of Week 7 in the Counter-Strike competition, and it is Prophecy against Method. Joining me, two men with some electric shirts, but the play that we are expecting after map 1 is going to be electric as well. Gentlemen, the maps that we're going to have, what are Prophecy going to be looking for, and what are Method are going to be looking for?
Well, I expect Prophecy to just veto the same things they've done every week.
And what is that, Csgo?
Nuke and Inferno, whichever order they prefer based on who they're against.
Okay.
So that's literally what they've done every week so far. Like, that's standard, apparently. I thought Quicks was joking when he said that on the second week, but I guess that's what they've done. Yeah,
but then they surely would want to change it up a little bit if they've had a couple of losses in a row, but maybe not.
By the looks of things, no. I would expect them to maybe change things up during the playoffs.
I love the smiles that you get in here. I love the smiles that happen with
it does look very happy
with the coin toss.
Excited.
There. Yeah, good old use of a pad there to help with the pick. So you're expecting what to be vetoed from Prophecy?
Nuke and Inferno, whichever order they prefer based on the team. Method will probably get rid of Train because they've done that 6 weeks so far. And then it depends what they want to play. Because obviously Inferno is a map that Method usually veto quite often. So that going out straight away, they're like, okay, we can get rid of that. Which would likely mean that they veto Overpass as well as Train. So yeah, that's just come through.
Oh, well, there it is again.
Yeah, okay. And then
he's a magician, Harold. Watch him
Prophecy
work.
picking
Watch him
Mirage,
work.
and then there's Cash and no.
There you go. Well,
Cash Mirage, very puggy maps, perfect for this situation.
Which is teams that haven't practiced.
Teams who have got no practice, a stand in each.
Okay, perfect. Are you excited by either of those maps? We've seen both of them today already. Would you have liked to have seen a cheeky, different map, maybe?
I like Cobblestone.
Okay. And what's your tactic going in for that map? Number 1, Mirage. I think we heard earlier.
Mirage.
What is your tactic, Harold?
So I quite like doing a Mirage. All right, I get an AWP.
Yep.
I go A ramp as quick as I can. I just pop a flash over.
Yeah.
I see if there's anyone there, take their head off.
Yeah.
If there's not, they Molotov me and I normally die.
Okay, well that's absolutely incredible.
Sounds efficient.
Very efficient on that. So those are the 2 maps we've got. Mirage is coming up first. Out of the teams, the roster changes. Who are you seeing winning this map, Harold? You've been correct on every one so far today.
No, I haven't.
In my eyes, you have.
Oh, my eyes adored you. I'm going to go with Prophecy on this one. Because they're just a stronger team, they have more skill. Well, Method definitely one of the... Pre-season, I would have said one of the strongest teams in the UK. But coming with on the screen, it does weaken the lineup a little bit. So yeah, I think we'll go with Prophecy on this one.
Okay, Csgo, I'll take your team that are going to win this map and why.
I feel like Prophecy, I feel like the star power individually is a bit superior compared to Method, and I feel like they've got more stuff prepared. Like, for example, I know Method had a bit of turmoil within their roster, and that probably doesn't help with the chemistry that some of them do have right now. So I think Prophecy. Okay,
and just to remind everybody, wherever they may be, what are the key areas to this map for Mirage?
Well, obviously, mid-control is the big one. It's basically a section where usually you get 3 CTs coming in towards it, or the terrorist will take quick control right at the start of the round. Having mid-control lets you either spread around the sites or kind of pincer the sites from 2 directions, potentially. So that's the area you'd be focusing for the most part as a spectator.
Okay, and as you said, you reckon the Prophecy are going to win this. Who's going to stand out? Who's going to be that person that, you know, we could look at and just watch during this map 1 to see, you know, who's going to lead for them, Prophecy?
It's a mixture.
Yeah, it's more of a varied team. I would say I quite like Quicks to come alive. Obviously, he's one of the players that can get the rest of the team's morale rolling. If he's playing well, the rest of them are probably going to try and feed off the back of that. So for a team win, I would say Quicks. If he plays well, you know, they're looking good. But, you know, you've also got a lot of skill on there. Cali, Arch, Cuddle on the AWP. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. And what about Method? I mean, have we seen the best of them at any point in this competition? Is this a team that are going to make more roster changes maybe for Season 2? Opportunity for them to really sort of show what they're capable of, because it hasn't happened so far yet, has it?
I feel like changes are very likely within that roster. They've just not had the same success they had compared to a few months before the Elite Series started. But from this, I think the best we saw from them was against Envy in Week 5, I believe. And that was kind of, we got an idea of how good they could be against, arguably the best team here. They were showing like we're actually this good. It's just we've not played as well in the previous weeks. This game though, I feel like it'll be Junker again standing out. He's always been a prominent threat on short, on CT side especially. But I feel like it relies on screen, honestly.
And how he does it with his debut. All right, well, gentlemen, thank you very much for those predictions and the analysis. I'm going to take a quick walk over to meet my main men, my boys, my
Hello.
crew, my squad. Snod's looking good.
Of course.
Jackie. And we've had some great matches so far in the day, gentlemen. What's really stood out for you so far?
Definitely the Mirage game, XL versus Infused, 100%. The 9 rounds of the trot to bring that one back, 15-9, I believe it was, and somehow, some way, Infused let that one slip.
Yeah, and but obviously if Prophecy would have watched that and Method would have seen what happened in map, but what can they avoid doing that Infused got wrong in that?
I imagine, okay, it's 15-9 up. You're so close to finishing, you almost take it in your own stride. So you saw so many like solo players coming out from the individuals on the T side, from Infused, players pushing, giving away the advantage constantly. I mean, I spoke to Lazar backstage and he said AWPing versus them on the CT side was so easy because they kept walking into a scope. So the issue there was they were so close to winning, they saw it, but of course they just tried to take it in their own stride and they didn't play as a team.
Okay, you look at that team, Method, Jackie, and everyone said it, even I think yourself at the beginning, you'd expect them to do very well in this competition. They've done the opposite. They're right at the bottom now because Reason got that win. But I mean, why has it happened? Why are they bottom of the table? I know they're obvious for reasons they didn't get any wins, but why? How is it not gelled as a team?
It's very hard because basically they made that lineup change with Csgo coming in just before the Elite Series kicked off, and they never found sort of the ability to restructure themselves and actually work out what was going to work for them. There was no consistency. It was always really all over the place and quite slimy. So eventually, as they did sort of find their form, it was too late. And at this point, you can see the issues are there. Obviously, with Stanley not being here this week as well, they've had to sub in Craig. So I mean, they're going to get a couple of Krieg drops, but that's probably the most redeemable factor.
Beautiful. Well, listen, I'm hoping for a spicy game here.
Who doesn't want a spicy game?
Yeah, oh, man, it all boils down to it. Listen, I'll leave it with you, Jackie and Snods. Enjoy this map 1, Mirage with Prophecy Method.
Beautiful. Right, so getting straight into it. Method, with this lineup right now, they've lost Stanley, and Mirage is Stanley's playground, Snods. If you think about Stanley, it's
A
the
side on
map
the
that he rips
CT
his way
side. T side is so prevalent towards Connector. Especially on the T side, sorry, he's so strong getting the first kill towards A. Usually they have the B splits where they have 2 go up through short, 2 go through B apps, and they have Stanley there lurking close towards Connector. He does the exact same as well on Cash, where if they go for a B split or go towards the B bomb site, they leave Stanley towards Highway constantly.
But without the lack of Stanley, how will things fare? I've got on screen in, obviously, I believe he hasn't really practiced too much with the lineup. No. He was more of sort of that manager role. He was that sort of 7th person if you think about this lineup. Obviously, Keat is there as the main dedicated coach. On screen was more of this sort of person that was outside of that, sort of affecting things with the organisation.
But I feel like he was more of a public figure. As the manager, usually you sub in the coach.
Yeah.
But there's no coach for the Method side.
Well, Keat is busy, mate. He's pretty.
Oh yeah, well
observer.
they have a coach.
Yeah.
Keita is the observer for the Elite Series. So there you go.
He's a bit busy. So you
Just
leave Jamie alone.
Yeah, but anyway, of course, I mean, when you sign up for this role as the manager for this Method side, you're not going to be anticipating to actually be playing in the final week.
Final week of groups, but I mean, when you look at it right now, Method, they are out of the running. They cannot qualify for the playoff spot. That is XL that has already claimed it at this point. So obviously this one is basically just for fun.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Prophecy as well, they're going to be locked in for 3rd. Epsilon and Envious Academy are too far forward. Even if the 2-0 them right now, the 3 points isn't enough to actually allow them to catch up to the 2 current top standing teams. And then for Method, of course, there's no chance of them making top 4, so I guess this is a game where you try and go out in pride.
Yeah, Method, maybe they can try and fly the UK flag a little bit here, pick up a win, potentially. It is Mirage, a map where they have asserted dominance in the past, but it's a different lineup. Without Stanley, is it going to come back to bite them, Snods, as we jump straight into the action?
Let's see if On-Screen's been playing as rank G. Talking about subs as well, Fleeve, of course, can be standing in for Prophecy for Slap. Fleeve being a very strong individual player. FPLC alike. Let's see if he can bring forward that form. It's going to be the play towards A here from Method. 5 players here towards ramp. No one coming towards Palace.
Push coming in straight away towards that A bomb site. Quick's going to try and hold them off. He has the support of Fleeve as they do push their way through. Actually bouncing straight over though. Look at this, Snods. They're playing the around the world as they jump all the way across, try and get in towards jungle, but Fleeve finds one frag on towards Nozino. Weber also goes down to Quick. Csgo is towards window. He's barely going to get through, but it's already too late. They've lost all the manpower. It's just him and on screen left.
5 versus 2 now. Calais has the kit and smoke grenade too, in case the bomb is planted, and a nice shot there from Collar. It's looking like a potential team ace, and actually Quicks will steal that one. 2 kills for him, and so far, definitely not so good for the Method side. They had a good play there. Problem is, they had so many players going towards stairs, they had no one that peeked towards under balcony, and it was easy frags there for Prophecy. It's going to be 1-0 now on the CT side from Mirage. This is Prophecy's pick, though. Of course, you've got to remember, Jack, the reason Infuse were in the running to make top 4 was because they 2-0'd Prophecy, and they absolutely decimated Prophecy on this map last week. Let's see if they've gone back to the drawing board and switch things up.
They're going to try and take their approach towards mid early. They have these Deagles to play with, a couple of Tech 9s as well. They have the long-range capability if they can find those one-bullet opening frags. They actually do take down Kolar, but it's going to be Pulse from close range that was able to find the frag and create a little bit of a dent towards them as they want to go towards Connector here.
Force Spike coming out from the T side. They have Kevlar as well in this scenario. The man advantage. Scout out of play. Star Orpa for the Prophecy CT side is currently deceased. It's going to be 4 versus 5. 1 minute 20 on the clock, and the bomb going back towards T-Spawn. It's looking likely like an A split eventually. We're going to go for the JW boost here. Trying to spot towards the back of jungle. See if any players from the CT side holding for that window boost. But still, it's going to be a standstill. 3 players towards middle. 2 going to be going through T-Spawn back to ramp. It's going to be the A split here coming up from Method.
Weber peeks up, but Weber just walks into his own demise. Calais as well found that frag back towards Pulse. On screen does a bit of damage actually though as he starts to roll back the ears. Finds the double dig. That is very nicely done, showing a little bit of finesse into the round. But look how low they are, Snods. It wouldn't take much from Arch to actually eliminate all of them as he gets them low with a wild spam coming out with that UMP, but he's actually forced to fall back. It's him and Fleeve, last the ones alive.
No kit as well for the CT side, and the bomb is planted. Jenkon to 1 HP. Ilzinho onto 29, so 2 bullets for the M4 were taken down, but apart from that, everyone else is 1 shot, 1 kill.
Going to push their way through. Fleeve will lead the charge as he tries to find the first opening. Frag will claim it the second as well. He's really pulling this round out of his sleeve right now. And it's all on Jenko. Trapped away. Archer will get the frag. And they do pick it up very close, though. Down to the wire as they do take 3 casualties. That's quite a lot of cash they're going to have to reinvest into the following round. Yep,
3 players dying there, of course. They were playing for the versus the Force Spike. Method, if they wanted to, they will have money to buy up into the 3rd round after getting the plant. The shots here from on screen. Oh, that's a nice headshot. The second as well towards window. Would have thought he just turned his stream on.
Yeah, well, he's known for his Eagle skills.
And the Krieger.
It's true.
Round number 3 now. No buy coming out just yet from Method. And actually no players there situated around $3,000. So we are going to be seeing potentially no AWP going to the first buy round unless someone can land a nice 1D and get over that $3,000 threshold. It's going to be the SMGs run out to the CT side, MP9 and UMP for Arch and Kolar. And then 3 and 4s to finish off the rest of the buy. Kolar trying to get aggressive and stack up the $600.
Yeah, Kolar wants a massive cash building round as he takes that early aggression. On screen actually takes down Quicks again. The Deagle still reigning supreme, but Kolar, if he plays his cards right, as they slowly take their aggression towards mid, he might be able to shut them down, but the Deagles are just dominating everyone. Pulse this time going to be wielding the hand cannon that sends Kolar off to bed.
3 versus 3. Pulse is low. There's no Kevlar as well, so the aim punch will be prominent. On screen does eventually go down. Calais there towards Connector finds the frag. It's going to be the 2 remaining players from the T side towards middle. And the flank was coming behind anyway. Arch was the insurance policy there just in case the kills weren't found by Calais. It's going to be 3-0 now as we see the first buy round. On this game number 3, map number 1. The map pick here from Prophecy, but so far so good as they are leading the charge after the pistol. 5 AK buy from Method. As I said before, no, well, economy, not affluent enough yet just to be able to establish an AWP. 5 AKs for them, strong utility there onto the T side, and the same can be said for the CT side as well. UMP there onto Arch, AWP onto the star player Kolar, and then 3 and 4s to finish off the rest of the buy as the bomb is still towards T-Spawn side of middle. Pulse towards apartments as well. It's looking like the standard B split here. They send Pulse towards A to make some noise. He runs towards Palace, tries to force the rotation, and eventually falls back towards B.
Kolar peeks down, finds the opening frag back on towards Weber, and this is the first round where Method actually have a full buy as well. They need to start to flex their muscles a little bit here and really gain control of the game, but it's not happening into the early game.
We saw happen to Infused. They fell flat on their T side after a very strong CT half. So, 1 minute on the clock. 1 man advantage for Prophecy right now on their CT side as you see on screen trying to lurk here towards underpass. Has grenades as well, so he can smoke off Connector. Flush the players up short. We saw Jacob do this for Excel in the first game of the day. Is he going to be mimicking that one? Quick's trying to get aggressive at short, get the information he needs.
The peek comes through, Ilzinho will connect the headshot back towards Quicks as I just want to storm up short. Jenko, another beautiful flag as he takes down Fleeve there. Calais is close by, Snods. He actually will be able to find 1 headshot before he falls, but they're still left in a 3 versus 2 retake scenario.
Man advantage now for Method and the other one planted. Kit onto Arch. Flashbangs as well. Kolar finds a second for himself into the round. It's going to be the 2 versus 2.
Swift movement there. It takes down Ilzinho. They're left in that 2v2. On screen, a little bit paranoid about the push coming through, potentially from behind. It'll be Arch that Just waddles his way in, slowly wandering into the unknown. Finds the opening kill. On screen, focusing to try and support Pulse, rather than just focusing on his own game cooler as well with a swift flick. Takes down Pulse. And that's another round grabbed by Prophecy early on, a dominant lead.
He still has this right with no kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get it just about. So it's going to be 4-0 there. Prophecy win the pistol. They win versus the Force Buy, the Eco, and now they also win the first buy round. It's going to be 4-0 now. So far, not so good from the Method side as they are falling, fairly flat on their T side. Lost the first player early on from Connector. Connor pushed towards underpass and found that frag. Hopefully we can see some readjustment here from Method. The bomb going down and the 4-round loss bonus is going to merit Method a buy. But it's going to be a weak one. You can see Weber on the Tech 9, Pulse there, going to be wielding the Galil. Smoke comes out towards window. It's going to be 3 AKs there on the T side, so they can definitely still make this happen.
Kolor stationed towards me with the Dragon Law, getting ready to lay down the Law, but no one is going to be coming towards him to actually give him those potential openers right now as they just hit heavy towards short. Seems like it is going to be a fast burst, but the flashbangs are really starting to keep them back in their tracks.
Quick's now going to be tested along with Fleeve towards the B site. The sub, the stand-in for the Prophecy side is about to get a hail of Method players storming their way up short. Good smoke though. The smoke from Quicks will delay the push for now. Molotov as well to potentially funnel out those players through CPL. Nevertheless, though, this round is a standstill. We can still see Fleeve and Quicks there towards B. Kali not rotating back towards that B-bomb side just yet, as they must be expecting a play towards A still.
Genko goes for the boosted peek, as he will just slowly peer over. No one going to be there just yet. If Quicks does actually face into this, though, could potentially find the frag. He drops off as they are setting themselves up to try and go for this play. They still have utility, but it's not too much. 3 flashbangs and 1 smoke to try and aid them into the round. Meanwhile, Prophecy still have the Molotov that they will disperse.
Prophecy herding Method into a slaughter right now towards middle. Quicks pushing up as well, has all the information he needs. Could even catch on-screen off guard, but Kali finishes the job. It's the 5 versus 4.
Now all he's got to do is focus towards Connector, where the T's are trying to shamble their way through, but they're going down. Quicks finds the first wallbang back on towards Weber. Genko is in position to actually try and backstab, but meanwhile all his teammates are dying. Eventually finds a headshot towards Fleeve. Quicks goes down as well to Pulse. Pulse is doing damage, starting to run rampant with that Galil, but it's all on Genko now. Time is ticking away. He finds the first headshot, but didn't know the location of Kali. He was on 3 HP.
Close but no cigar there for Method on the T side as they let another buy round slip. That was the full force as well. No bomb planted, which means we're probably going to see a quasi buy come out. 4,000 to 3 players, so if they wanted to go for the audacious buy, they could potentially. The money on the strongest position as well right now for the CT side. You can see 4,000 onto Calais, but that's to rebuy the M4 after going down on the previous one. Roughly $1,000 is going to be spread across the board right now for Prophecy. If Method can do some more damage into this one, get 2 or 3 deagle kills that they've been doing so far on the Ecos, going to that next buy round, potentially they could break that money.
Gone for the full deco, essentially, apart from 2 kits. One with there, 1 on Ilzinho, 1 on Weber. Around about the years, it's Source strats right now.
It is indeed. Smoke comes off towards Palace. Kolos up now going to be peeking towards ramp potentially and catch the players off guard.
Oh, Genko with the opening frag though as he lands that absolutely juicy headshot. This is a cheeky round, but it seems like it won't really be paying off as Kali peeks wide, finds the trade back on towards on-screen, but he's only left on 7 HP. They don't really have too much utility left now. That final flashbang when thrown by Weber is going to be the key prong of attack. They have to just try and react off the back of it. They swing wide. Weber will find 1 headshot, but up above it's going to be Quicks trying to rattle down with this M4. Nearly connecting the shots. Eventually will be able to execute Pulse. Can he get the response as well? Will do so as Genko falls from the sideline. Fleeve comes in. Ilzinho deeks back. They're forcing out so many rebuys into this round. It's incredibly close as they're still left into a 2 versus 2 with just 55 seconds remaining.
7 HP for Calais as well. It's looking likely that Method could maybe take this one. There it is. Calais finds the kill there towards Ilzinho, but through the smoke, Weber finds him. It's going to be the 1 versus 1, and still Fleeve prevails. It's going to be 6-0 now as again, the rounds are so close here, Jack. But round after round, Prophecy are the ones making the clutch plays. Their money spread thin. Nevertheless, they can still potentially buy. Method going to be buying up as well. Orb onto Pulse finally, but no utility for him. Just a little bit actually. Still, they're 4 AKs, 1 up for the Method side, and for Prophecy, what's their buy going to be looking like? Will they have an AWP for a caller? And they will. Calais going to be just deducted himself down to the FAMAS as we go into round number 7. So these rounds have been so close. If Method can take one, force a force buy, force an eco, this could easily be a 6-3 half initially if they can take this one.
There's a lot of potential for them. And it is going to be the aggressive play, but look at Arch. Look how close he's playing to the smoke here. If he does peer through when they come out, he should be able to get that first opening frag. You just got to hope they get the trade, or this could already cause a disaster.
Flashes come in, the peek comes up from Arch, finds the first, and tries to get the spray transfer, runs out of bullets. Calais as well finds the frag towards Palace, and the re-kill as well. It's going to be the 4 versus 2 somehow, some way. Ilzinho and co just letting this one slip.
On screen had to get that trade for Axnods. As soon as that was just completely missed, you could just see him panic, try to retreat out of there, gets killed himself. Then they finally get that frag on towards Nilzinho. They just dismantle every potential scenario that Method had into the round. The bomb is now miles away from them as well. Weber and Pulse might as well just try and save this.
If there is a silver lining right now for Method, it's the fact that the CTs have no kit. If they can get one kill here, but actually the one kill goes in favor of the CT side pairs. Pulse does make it into a 1 versus 2, but still heavily unfavored.
They're going to push back in. Pulse wants to try and make mincemeat out of him. He actually does bring it back into a 1 versus 1 as he had the confidence to do so. There was no swift trades that Prophecy actually needs to try and close this one out, as it's going to be tight. Has to recover the bomb or force the face from Calais as he will slowly make his approach through. The angle's going to favour Calais though, and he finds the headshot, takes him down, grabs the ult for Color. It's gone really far south for Method.
7-0 now. Let's look at the money right now for Method. They're going to be forcing up what they have. 4 AK so far. Pulse could go for a UMP and by Kevlar, sorry, by utility. Instead, though, it's going to be putting himself onto the Galil. It's going to be 4 AKs, 1 Galil right now for the T side, as they are currently in a 7-round deficit. UMP there for Arch. And Quicks, actually. So you can see the dent that Method are having in these rounds, but they're just so close, but they can't quite finish them off.
It's constant mid-control from Method has been something we're seeing throughout every round. The smoke does go in. Kolar attempts to body block it, but unfortunately falls short, so he won't have clear vision towards mid.
Calais peeks out the flashbang. Doesn't spot anyone just yet. There are players approaching him towards underpass and top middle. Eventually will fall back. It's going to be 1 minute 25 on the clock. Bomb, still towards top mid. But you see these players coming out of underpass. They can actually boost in towards window now and get some aggression towards jungle. But it's looking like the eventual A split here.
This is the most potential they've had in one of these rounds. No early casualties, they've got complete mid-control. They now have to just play off of Prophecy, holding their choke points, and try and find those entry frags.
4 towards middle. Just leaving Pulse for the flashbang towards ramp. Colo with the NVP towards CT as well has to be detrimental right now to Method if they want a chance of taking this one.
Oh, Calais with the timing could be so crucial into this round, Snods. This is the catalyst that could change how it goes, and it's going to go in favour of Method. He sees no arrow, pre-fires round, gets the double kill. Calais goes huge. That's an unreal play from Calais as he gets a hat-trick. Nilzinho will eventually be able to stub him out, but it's too late. Nilzinho doubles it up as he gets the second kill. Pulse towards A site, though gets overwhelmed by Arch.
Nilzinho now in the 1 versus 3. Has the bomb, no utility, and 30 seconds left. With only 53 points of health, it's looking unlikely once again. Arch and Caller towards the A site. Fleeve as well as rotated back towards B, just in case he went back towards that B bomb site. Well on the first headshot though, and now he's into the 1 versus 2. Oh, Caller misses the shot as well. He can cross, get the bomb down here and play this one properly. Gets that frag. It's going to be the potential ace here. And the 1 versus 3.
Nilzinho on for the 4K so far. He gets the bomb planted. It's all up to the super sub in Fleeve. He goes for the spam and gives his position away. He has the Molotov try force Nilzinho out. Nilzinho left on 22 HP. The Molly will come in. He peeks through. He's only on 7 HP. He has to take the fight. And Fleeve takes him down with a USP. A 4K. So close. But the fact is that would have been the only round Method to have secured so far into the game. And that would have been off the back of a 5-man play from Nilzinho. It's not how this game should be going.
Keita, if you can show us the scoreboard and look at how many players have died in each round or for the CT side. Oh, is it going to show for us? I don't think it is. I don't think we can see that. No, we can't. But I imagine it's like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. But just look at the money as well. Yeah. 9 rounds have been played. I mean, 7 deaths there for Quick, 6 for Color. So these players are dying round after round. It's 1 versus 1s, 1 versus 2s, but Method unable to make the clutch plays and somehow bring forward a round to themselves. It's going to be round number 9 now. 8-0 is the score on here, Jack. 5 AKs and no AWP for Pulse. We saw the power that the AWP had from Pulse in the previous rounds. Was looking like a fast play towards B. It's a smoke off balcony. We're trying to see if we can land the shot through the smoke, but the flash will come in, and here comes the hit and the commitment towards B.
Flashbangs go in, they charge their way through. We're going to dive out towards the site. Flexes acrobatic skills a little bit here as he does arrive, ready to try and cause an absolute stun. But Color lands the shot with the AWP. Color doubles it up as well. The push comes through, nearly gets the fickle towards Pulse, but he will be able to overpower him. They leave themselves in a 3 versus 3. The bomb has gone down as Genko will just eventually get it planted.
Quick snap, going to come in from behind. A nice shot there from Pulse, but Quicks finds 1. There's no kits run out for the CT side. They need to make this one fast.
Arch. Another kill comes out, but Pulse connects the headshot. It's all on Pulse. He's in a 1 versus 1. He takes the fight through. Pulse had to try and take the peak because where the bomb's planted, he goes down. But Method, for some reason, are loving it. They're enjoying the game.
Are you joking?
No, everyone was smiling and laughing.
Well, I just heard Pulse slam his desk.
Well, that's what they were laughing at, mate.
Really?
Yeah, they were laughing at Pulse. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness. Well, you can see the commitment to this one. It's definitely showing. The second shot here is absolutely... even that one's nice as well, but the second one here, perfect pre-aim there from Color. 14-5 for Calais. 8 kills and 9 kills. Who's that for? Pulse and Nilzinho. Only kills on screens had so far was the initial deagle kills.
Well, mate, he needs to buy a Krieg, really, doesn't he?
Oh, he needs the Krieger, doesn't he? Anyway, Calais getting aggressive here towards ramp. Will be aided as well by Quick, so they can play the bait and switch setup if they want to. 3 players now towards Palace. The flash and the execute going to come towards the A side. Let's see what the CTs can do if they can make it 10-0.
The aggressive stance they've taken into the round, though, could really help them to actually counter this play. It's just a bloodbath. Everyone runs into the meat grinder and gets taken down. It's just left on Nilzinho. Repeating history once again. This time it's a 1 versus 3. A little bit easier of a task for him. He has more utility to play with, but it's still so unlikely. Arch on the close angle should find the kill. Tries to play anti-flash as his teammates allow him to peek in. And Arch does damage. 10-0 is the scoreline.
Well, the rounds were close before. And now the same can't be said. A bloodbath there towards Palace. You saw the fast rotation there from Color and Arch just to melt these players and exited
the foot shot
from Palace. Yeah, but they executed from Palace before the smokes are blown. The idea behind that is you're trying to force yourself through ramp and through Palace before the Molotovs arrive and catch the CT players with their nades in their hands. But instead, their push from Calais was just simply too much to handle. We've already had a 16-0 so far, and that was actually Envious versus Prophecy. Could this be a 16-0 though for Prophecy?
Possibly. As right now they're storming their way through Connector, but Genko doesn't spot him. Callie's just able to just kill everyone right now as they run towards him. The hat trick comes out. Oh, this is just abysmal, Snods. Everyone's falling. Callie's going to grab himself a nice little 4K. He'll slip that into his basket as they keep on trucking. They've got 11 rounds on the trot. Where's the cutoff point?
I don't know here, Jack. Prophecy's map pick, and it's definitely showing. 19 kills and 6 deaths right now for Calais. I mean, fair enough to Genko. You're playing 4x3, you don't see it, but these 2 players here on screen and Pulse,
they just weren't ready for it.
Yeah,
and you know your teammates died. Even if he doesn't call, you realise where he's being killed from.
He did have the silence in 4 though. Yeah. Nevertheless though, it's going to be round number 12. Tech 9 here for Pulse. 4 AKs. No bomb plant for Method, which means they're going to have a weak buy in terms of their firepower. No AWPs, and 1 player missing the rifle. Arch close towards Palace. Nilzinho here going to be challenging potentially. Genko as well going for the early face towards A. Trying to see if he can spot any information. Probe out an opening, try to get a kill and open up the site.
Callie's going to take down Pulse. Kolar will take down on screen as well. It's just left on that trio on the side of Method. They are trying to take their fight towards A. Genko gets spooked a little bit there by Arch, but he still makes mincemeat out of him. Nilzinho chimes in as well. Finally, Snods, they have the advantage into a round. It's a 3 versus 2. They're trying to make it a 3 versus 1 as well as they get the tag back on towards Quicks. Fleeve ready to try and strike from CT. If Genko backpedals even slightly further, he should be able to take him down, but Genko comes out on top. It's all on Quicks towards close CT. The flashbangs go in to try and allow Weber and Genko to try and gain map control. But Genko will unfortunately be bested.
1 versus 2 here. Quicks, the IGL captain now. For the Prophecy side, definitely going to be tested in this scenario. There's no kit, just a smoke to his name. Could have gone for the smoke diffuse kit potentially, but it is versus Weber and Nilzinho. Staples of the UK scene. Veterans in their own right. Let's see what they can do in this scenario, though. Smoke comes out, got to tap it and force the peak.
Classic play. Tap the bomb. He's got himself into a good defensive angle. Look how far extended!
No way!
Nilzinho has gone out. If Quicks wins this, it's just ridiculous. What? There is no reason for him to overextend like that.
Surely not! You peeked out, you've seen he's not sticking the bomb. Why just go for the reface? This is embarrassing here for Method. 3 HP as well for Quicks, and he'll get the spam deagle on the last kill. My goodness, Jack, it's looking like a 16-0 here. 12-0. As Method just come.
This whole play, look at this, right? He forced him out. Look how far extended Nilzinho is. At that point,
but you know he's off the bomb.
Yeah, you realise he's not off the bomb. Just hide in Palace, and you've won the round. He had no kit.
Potentially. I mean, obviously they had no idea he had no kit, but even then, you peeked out, you saw him off the bomb, and you went for the reface, the recommitment. 12-0 here, Jack. It's looking like this is going to be an early one. Genko once again going towards the ramp, going to take the peek, and actually, Calais there switches out his rifle, and Weber will find the first one to come towards middle. But it's a fast trade of 4 versus 4.
Prophecy seem like they absolutely love the easy ones right now. On screen will be able to get that spray down back towards Calais. They have the advantage into the round. This is exactly like last time. But they start to lose it. On screen will go down. There's no trade from behind us. They put a play in Palace. What is Pulse doing? Eventually will peek out and take down Arch as Weber finds a headshot back on towards Quicks as well.
There's Pulse actually towards Palace. Stunned it seemed. Fleeve down the 1 versus 3. We've seen some crazy clutches already so far. But surely not another one. Bomb will be planted for... well, everywhere, really. Connector, ramp, you name it. Fleeve won't get that kill. It's actually going to be 12-1. Method finally get around on the board, but so far this has been extremely embarrassing. Yes, you're playing with a sub, but so is Prophecy.
Yeah.
Having a sub doesn't merit a 12-1 scoreline.
The late on this face. He eventually does face.
I
Okay, it
guess,
seems a lot quicker
yeah.
than it was. I think it was just with the timing. It seemed like he took a very long time.
It seemed like
to-
forever, didn't it? Yeah.
In the heat of the moment, mate.
Round number 14, the penultimate round of the first half. Let's see, G3W7 right now coming from the CT side. CZ for Flea. If they win 12 rounds in the trot, as soon as they lose one, instantly forced onto a very weak buy. Genko once again trying to mirror the success he had in the last round, trying to peek towards A and find these headshots.
Kolar actually gets bested by Pulse as well. This is what they need. Start getting these early vital impact frags. Genko going to find the head of Fleeve as they now make their approach towards that A-bomb site. The utility is being expunged, but they're trying to force Arch out of position. They just don't know quite where he's located yet. Genko gets absolutely domed. Look at the peak from Arch. That's ridiculous.
One man advantage still there for Method. Pulse has the up towards the middle. The boost could come in towards window now and try and catch the CTs off guard, but actually Prophecy going to be rotating away from that B-bomb site. How on earth has on-screen lost that duel? 3 versus 3 now as Archer's onto 9 HP. As they have their, well, a welcome mat here towards short. As I said, the quick stores connected will eventually go down. It's going to be the 1 versus 3.
This is one of the messiest rounds.
Oh, it's awful.
I think I've seen in a while.
Have fun. Shout out to Ezio and Harold trying to analyse this one.
Trying to work out what's occurred here. Method looking like a spilt drink, Snods. It's all over the desk, and Prophecy are just wiping them up.
Yeah, they are indeed. It's going to go 12-2 though. Do you reckon there's a chance here?
It's not looking like there's any confidence left on the side of Method. That's the thing. The mentality is definitely already gone. You could hear a bit of frustration coming out from them in the sound of desks being hit, I believe.
They were laughing though. I definitely
Well, they were laughing at Pulse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what it was, because Pulse was raging.
Oh, so they're thinking, why are you taking this serious? Yeah. That's not the right attitude. Well,
Yeah.
there's 2 ways you can look at it. There's the, it's all right, we can have fun, play to have fun, and sometimes you play better that way when you're more comfortable. Then again, though, Pulse is a player that always wants to win, regardless of the situation. Face it, 10-mans, officials itself. He's always trying to strive for that 16th round.
Beat us at Epic Land, didn't he, mate? Mm-hmm. Shout out to Jakey. Push coming through towards opening play towards mid is going to be Pulse that shuts down Kolar. On screen ready for this push as well as Arch plays in the close angle. He doesn't have much to his name, but he's certainly be able to cause a bit of a stir. But this time around on screen, we'll get the bit of room. Genko chimes in as he shuts down Fleeve. It's just left on Quicks and Calais. The CZ will run straight through on screen. He was so low HP, he can now upgrade to that Kalashnikov as well. But he misses out the headshot. Genko, you give an inch and he will just rip his way through you.
1 versus 4 now. Quicks, no kit, just a deagle to his name and a smoke grenade. We saw a crazy 1 versus 2 in the last one. But this is double that of that last clutch. Trying to land the headshot, go for the stats. But of course, it's going to be 12-3. The first half is over. And look at that, 12 rounds on the trot coming out from the CT side of Prophecy. What do you reckon here, Jack? I reckon pistol goes in favor of Prophecy, maybe, and this is a 16-4 or 5.
We've seen a lot of good pistol rounds out of Prophecy in the past. If you,
Oh, yeah, we have.
look at it
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
They are a team that is definitely incredibly skilled with it. Kolar as well. He's one of these players. It sort of transitions over. If you're good with AWPs, you're good with pistols. And we see that with Kolar especially. He's able to pick up pretty massive impact frags on the opening pistols. Quicks as well, another one of these massive damage dealers. I think you do have to favour him coming into this, especially just because they're chill, but they're also enjoying it. You could see how hyped up they were off the back of rounds. When they got themselves to sort of, 12 rounds on the trot, they were just laughing, enjoying themselves. So it's definitely a stark contrast to the Method vibe right now.
Discussing the pistol. Trying to think. T pistols we've seen some from Prophecy so far. Like to go towards the A site. I mean, do you remember that pistol they had versus Infuse last week when they came off B short? The one that came off B short, Quicks found a massive 3K, but obviously that was on the CT side, right? On the T side, they like to go towards A. We see, well, before actually, it was Slap that used to buy the utility, used to buy P250, Smoke Flashbang, but obviously they're subbing in Fleet this week. So imagine it's probably going to be Quicks or maybe Calais going to be supporting the team and buying the utility needed for the executes.
Yeah, I guess probably you see Quicks have to just step into that role and then more allow Fleeve to do his thing. Obviously, Fleeve more of just a high-octane fragger, 17 years of age, very young but very talented, just sort of showing that he has raw aim potential, raw skill, and trying to see if they can sort of now put that into a more structured environment and see how it works.
So, 12-3, Method win this one. Don't allow a bomb plant onto Prophecy. They win versus the Force Spy, win versus the Eco. This could be a 12-6, and then you're on your CT side, there's definitely a chance. However, though, if they lose that pistol, and it becomes 12-3, sorry, 13-3, 14-3, and then of course 15-3 potentially. If you lose the pistol, if you win the pistol, sorry, and then you win versus the Force Spy and the Eco, you're looking at 3 rounds. This could easily be a 15-3 scoreline if Prophecy take this one. What are you frowning out?
I was just seeing what the buys was. Couldn't see the buy
fair
on
enough.
T side.
Yeah, Kale going to be buying the utility into this one. P250 Flash Smoke forces a Kevlar onto the T side. And for the CT side, New Zealand's going to be taking the hit as the Argentine captain. Smoke and Diffuse kit for him forces a Kevlar onto the CT side as well. Let's see now. Presence towards underpass. They're going to do the smokes towards A, I imagine. Is this going to be try and be a double fake here? Then take the bomb back towards B. Have the players peek from Palace potentially. This could definitely work, but there's no players pushing offshore. Method might not fall for this.
Webber's going for the jump face. Does spot them out, so he's going to get that information. Re-jumps into it again. If they'd have been holding that, it could have been pretty dastardly. The push actually comes out. Pulse and Nilzinho find the opening frags towards that A site, but now they realise that's it. The floodgates have been closed. Prophecy have to restructure their attack. Seems like they will just commit now for this aggressive B strike. Webber is still in position, primed and ready for this, but can he actually find the frags? Gets a nice little early tag off, has to roam around, lands the headshot in the end, takes down one, tries to get the second, but Arch will overpower him with the Glock as he will eventually fall. Quicks as well, comes in as he strikes back against on-screen. It's a 2v2.
Both the remaining T players have Kevlar as well. Pete comes out towards L block. Pulse has picked up the kit. It's going to be the 1 versus 1.
Arch needs to just chill out now. He can't really run the risk of basically, but he peeks into it. And Pulse will find the shot. They do open up by winning the pistol. They needed it, and they do get it.
Lifeline's going to be served here for Method as we go 4 to 12 as the round number 16. Oh, sorry, round number 17 now as round number 16 has been concluded. Pistols go 1 for 1. But usually, when pistols are going 1 to 1, Jack, you're looking at 8 to 7, 9 to 6, not a 12 to 4 half coming out from Prophecy. Not going to be force buying this one. They have so many rounds to play with. They can just concede this one. They don't need rounds on the board just yet. Going to be eco in this one, just Eagles here. P250's there. And then another full buy into number 18.
Look what he's bought though, mate. Jenko back on the scout.
Oh, he loves it, doesn't he?
Normally absolutely rips his way for everyone that comes towards him when he wields this weapon. Very effective at getting those early tags out. Normally the way you use the scout, obviously in this environment, is to get tags to make the opponent squishy, so they will then die easier to the M4s. But Jenko just straight rips him to death.
Yeah, very strong individual play onto Jenko. So of course he can easily land those headshots with the scout. We saw it online, but will he deliver it on land now? I guess a silver lining again for Method is the fact that there's no pressure on them. They can't make top 4. They're playing this one for fun. At the end of the day, if the pressure's off, will they be playing more comfortable? Nevertheless, it's going to be the full eco coming out from Prophecy. No Kevlar board just yet, just a Deagle onto Quicks, Arch, P250s onto Colo and Fleeve. Obviously the SMGs and Scout and M4 for the Method side. It's looking like a fairly one-sided round. There should be 5 to 12 in favour of Prophecy.
Kolo playing very close to, sorry, Nilzinho actually playing very close towards short there immediately, but he does start to fall back off, so he can play towards sight, not really going to run the risk of being taken out by those upgraded pistols too early. Prophecy, seemed like it with that late round take towards B, those nuts.
Fleeve is low. But then again, look at on-screen Pulse and Jenko. Webber spots out the players, going to be lining them up.
Oh no, the Molotov going in makes them so soft, so as they eventually push into the site, you can just eliminate them with around 1 bullet, and they're finding these shots so easily, as Webber now just has to wait for the final few to start to trickle in, lands the shots with the P2000, takes them down, but it's just left on Jenko and on-screen. On-screen going to be more useful, really, as he has the rapid-fire capability of that UMP, so he can just sprint around, try and tag them down. We'll get the first frag. It's all up to Fleeve, who falls to the sidearm of Jenko. The defuse will come out. But still a close round. Even though they had so much more of a favourable advantage in terms of their arsenal, they still boil down to just on-screen and Jenko.
Crucial bomb plant as well for the Prophecy side. Interested to see if they will be able to afford an op into round number 19. If they do, how will Color utilise it? 5,800 for Kalo, so they can jump over the AWP if they want to. And I believe they're discussing it right now, and it will happen. AWP, drop there for Color. AK onto Calais. It's going to be the 4 AK buy. AWP. And that's going to be the buy for the Prophecy side as we go into round number 18. No AWPs right now for the CT side. On screen, going to be carrying forward the UMP into round number 18. Bomb back towards bottom middle. It's going to be the slow default coming out from the side of Prophecy. As I say that though, Collar spots the head. But it's going to be crazy to re-pick that.
Flashbang goes in. Koilo has to try and back off a little bit. He is still taking these very aggressive faces though. Webber's going to be the one that has to duel him if he does push his way through.
Jenko playing towards window here, holding for a push, or a boost, sorry, towards window. While some aggression towards short. Smoke comes out, that Pulse going to peek in through connector, finds the first one to Quicks. It's going to be the 5 versus 4.
Quicks goes down, Jenko ready for more as well though, but he's forced out of position as window has been taken over by the smoke. He can't quite get any vision and peer out.
So, 1 minute left on the clock. Bomb going back towards the A site through T-spawn. Prophecy right now having the man disadvantage. It's all in Method's hands. They have the lead, but will they be able to close this one out? On screen, playing close towards Palace with the UMP. Good scenario to be in, having the close range angle. It's actually on top of the ladder, I believe, so get spotted, should be able to jump off the ladder, and hopefully not the inaccuracy.
Yeah, if he stays on there and panics, he will be incredibly inaccurate.
Oh, I did land the dink, though.
Ooh. Eventually will go down. Fleet connects the headshot. Pulse retaliates as well as he takes down Arch. Genko rattling off a long-distance frag as he blows Calais apart. Kolor has the AWP in hand, will recover the bomb as well, but look how low his teammate is. Flea's on 4 HP. Flea essentially has to just be a distraction more than anything into the round. It's got to rely all on the shoulders of Kolor. As he drops down, push comes through, spots out the first time, but he misses the opening shot. It was crucial that he actually landed that if he wanted to do anything. Wow, nearly with the adjustment on towards Genko. Genko gets the better of him.
6-12 now, as Method take the first buy round on the CT side. If only we saw this form or this caliber of play from them on their T side, this could have been a much closer affair. Instead, we are looking at a 12-6 scoreline as we go into round number 19. Again, AWP for Genko. Actually, no, I say again. First time seeing the AWP for Genko. Usually it's Pulse. Well, so far in the Elite Series, we've been seeing it more on Pulse and Ilzinho. Genko only really wields it on the T side if they want to get very aggressive. Anyway, there for Prophecy will be the quasi buy 4. Sets of Kevlar. P250s across the board. Light utility as well, smokes and flashes. They're going to go for the execute towards the site on A. Try to get the bomb down and have a better buy into round number 20.
They have the smokes, they invested into those alone. They also have the one flashbang on Calais that he has primed. Now going to pull the pin out of that as they take control of the bomb site. All the CTs are forced back, but look at this on screen, tries to perch himself up a little bit. We'll get the tag up, but they're going to overwhelm. It does run straight through. Quicks runs a train through as he finds the opening shot. Ilzinho tries to retaliate. He will get one kill, but struggling to compose himself. Kolor takes him down. Surely not like this.
Man advantage run out for Prophecy on the T side. They have the control of CT as well, but thankfully Weber finds one into the 3 versus 3.
Oh, a very expensive face towards CT there, but it does actually pay off in their favour as Quicks will connect the headshot back on towards Weber, leaving it just on Genko and Pulse. They have one AWP for the retake, has to switch out to his pistol, and he blows Quicks away. Nearly gets the flick as well as he goes for such an audacious play. It's just him and Calais remaining. Pulse is on 4 HP. Calais nearly dead at this point. He's at half life as he holds for the push to come towards him. Pulse is going to sprint through, goes for the pre-fire face, but Pulse has to save. They get the round. That's 13 rounds on the board.
Full, well, I say full eco. Quasi by 1 there for Prophecy, making it 13-6 here. On screen gets caught off guard towards CT. That grants the after plant position for Prophecy towards CT, and they can play off the bomb because of that. As soon as you have control of the best position for the after plant where the bomb is planted for, that's when you really see the T's shine.
That's such a cheap win as well off the off the buy.
That's like $1,400 worth of investment.
What? 2 kits of armor,
it's
4 smokes, a flash.
Yeah. So, cheap, but it does the job.
Yeah. Quick and easy.
Genko now peeking in towards middle. Actually, the first frag will be found by the FPL star Fleeve as he finds the first kill towards A. It's going to be the 5 versus 4 now. Famas onto Weber, 2 and 4s, and it once again onto Genko. But at this point, back against the ropes as Prophecy have the man advantage, and they're 3 away from closing this first map out.
Flashbangs are starting to soar through. Oh, the peak from Pulse as he punishes Quicks there, takes him down. Arch will retaliate eventually with the AK-47, but they only have 3 men remaining on the side of Method already. They're at a disadvantage in the battle of attrition, Snoz. And you can see by the setups as well, they're fairly trapped. Ilzinho is pent in towards CPL, and there's no real aggression towards short just yet. They're actually taking control of window through jungle, most likely for a late round A-split. Arch
now able to lurk and try and weed and find his way through jungle and find that first kill. Already there will be the man advantage Prophecy. 50 seconds left on the clock and the bomb is exiting ramp. Genko spots them come out ramp and now has to play for the retake. Ilzinho finds the kill towards jungle onto Arch. And a fluky shot there from Genko as he runs into a wall, messes up the scope, but eventually with the aid of Weber will turn into a 3 versus 2.
Yeah, looks like he didn't pull the trigger, sort of panicked a little bit, got overwhelmed in the situation that was in, the pressure definitely mounting on him. Calais going to go for a cheeky play there as he gets himself on top of the box, going to try and find a nice little headshot, but he does actually retreat, going to play smart CS as it's him and Fleeve in the late round after plant positions. Fleeve, what can he bring to the table here? That's what I'm thinking about. The flashbang goes over, the tags are starting to come in, they knew where he was, but he gets the double kill! No, it's actually Calais that connected the shot back on towards Genko, but he takes the fight through. Weber is trapped now. Weber just with a Famas extends out, but Calais will grab that headshot.
14-6. As we go into the next one. Strong 2K there from Fleet, going to grant them 1 away from match point. Round number 21. 4 AK so far for the T side. Actually make it 5 now. They're not going to bring out an AWP into this one. It's too much hassle for them. It's going to be the eco coming out from Method. They don't have enough money to buy up fully. They're going to be conceding this one and buy up into round number 22.
Method are absolutely broke though, Snods. Nothing to bring to the table. Weber's the only one that's really invested too heavily as he buys the Deagle. Pulse on the P250 though is going to start to punish. He is up close and personal, but eventually falls as they trade it back quite swiftly. On screen, only with the USP, not going to be the best weapon in this scenario as he will be overwhelmed so swiftly. He has to get those incredibly crisp headshots off, but it wasn't meant to be. Everyone has been obliterated. It just relies on Nilzinho and Weber now, and they're not really in favourable angles.
Nilzinho now last alive towards CT will eventually go down. Match point here for Prophecy as the scoreline goes 15-6. 9 match points here for Prophecy to close this one out in regulation. We saw Infuse throw away a 6-round advantage with match point in the bag, secured. And unfortunately, they let it slip and granted Excel that 4th position in the Elite Series. Prophecy, guaranteed 3rd. Method, guaranteed out of the top 4 positions. So for them, it's really their pride in the line. And right now, this is a fairly embarrassing affair as they are 9 rounds behind.
Fleeve picks out first here, forward steps as he tries to peer through. He's going to spot out on screen and just force him out of position as he rattles off those shots. Right now, essentially just being that seed of doubt in their minds, try and force an early rotate. No one really falling for it just yet, but you can see there is panic behind the eyes of Method.
Play comes out towards middle. Jenko will be challenged, but eventually will go down. Loses the duel. Their Pulse is going to go for the refrag towards middle. But already, Calais already fallen back towards T-spawn, so it's looking like the eventual play towards the speed bomb site. Weber towards B. What can he do in this scenario?
Weber just has to try and hunker down right now, wait for the push to come towards him. He's getting the tight headshots, but Kolor! That is such a pixel shot that he's landed. I mean, that is just filthy, Snods.
Nilzinho towards A, Pulse towards B. CT defense is split, and the site should be Prophecies. Nice thing there from Pulse as he's trying to get the frag, but nevertheless, it's going to be Nilzinho now last alive as he finds the straggler. Fleeve does go down, but there you have it, 16-6, a 10-round advantage for the side of Prophecies. They take the first one. Yes, it's their map pick, but then again, Method not really showing too much and falling flat here. You know, usually Jack, they're slow burners, right? They go 5-1 down, 6-1 down, 7-1 down, and they always bring it back. In that game there, they look fairly lifeless. No chance of the comeback to even come to fruition.
Yeah, very somber win there actually coming out towards the end as well from Prophecy. Everyone just feeling like they're glad they've got that over with and have been able to close it out as fast as they could, really. A dominant, quick win at the end of the day.
It was indeed. So, next map will be Cash. Method to pick that map, and not having Stanley this week means how are their lurks going to play? Obviously, Stanley usually lurks towards Connector, towards Highway, and towards that Highway box. So when they go towards B, on the T side, Method that is, he's the one that's catching off the rotation, stopping the lurk players coming up from the CT side, and not having him here, it seems like the T sides are fairly lackluster and just one-dimensional.
Yeah, it's true. One-dimensional. But I'll tell you what isn't one-dimensional. The most flamboyant desk in show business is Tom Deacon and the boys on the desk.
Oh, he's beautiful. Listen, 1D was the reference I was getting there for one-dimensional. But listen, I'll tell you what, we're going to have a quick break right now. When we come back, we will talk everything there is to talk about when we go to map 2, which is going to be Cash. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Gfinity Elite Series here at the Gfinity Arena. Our third live match of the day was on map Mirage, and it finished a Prophecy win. Very convincing indeed. At one point they were 12-0 up, but Method came back a little bit, but not quite enough. It's been a tough match for Method and a tough Elite Series, but do you know what? I feel confident that this will give them the boost they need to just go on, and I'm running out of steam as well. Can they possibly win this match, Cash, after that sort of performance?
And they can, yeah. They can win it, but
Anything
it's just unlikely.
After all.
And obviously with their new player on screen, I mean, what's been going on with him in that first map?
Well, there wasn't really much for most of the players to do. Like, on screen wasn't exactly a highlighted negative player in that aspect. He wasn't exactly a positive player either. So it was, I suppose, underwhelming, I guess is the best way to put it. Nothing special, nothing, you know, really bad.
Can we look at round 19? That stood out for you guys. What happened here?
Yeah, so this is the first T round that Prophecy actually won. Obviously, they're on a bit of a quasi-buy in the sense they've got armor and pistols. However, on-screen kind of makes an issue, or a pug-style play, where he's just sat on the box spamming, not really realising he should just play retake. They smoked him out. He tries spamming over the smoke for some reason, and it kind of gives an opening for the terrorists to take control of CT, which is ultimately the reason they lost this round, like on the Method side. So obviously, Quicks gets the M4, and yeah, they utilise double peaks, and it's kind of impossible to do anything when you're CT in this situation. Like, it's on-screen hasn't really played on a proper team for months, if not years. So he's not quite still got the same, in his brain he's thinking, I just want to kill people. Yeah. He's not thinking of the ultimate, like the grand scheme of things.
Of course. And going into that next match, which is going to be Cash, will Nilzinho or Weber be able to take him to one side and go, can I just make a few adjustments to your game style? Is there enough time?
I'm not sure if they care enough.
Yeah. Okay, right.
Like, honestly, it's like, you know, at this point they can still get a draw, obviously, but they'd still be level with reason even then. Yeah. So I'm not sure if they're willing to, you know, put that much effort
to invest in this.
Yeah, they know they've got to stand there. They're like, okay, that's whatever. I don't think they're emotionally invested or invested in themselves, really.
Well, I appreciate that bleak view of Method right now. Surely, give me something. Harold, give me something that I can just reach out and just feel good slightly. Even if it's 10%, just let me reach out. Come on. Or if there's nothing, tell me straight, you know? Don't hold back. I want honesty right now.
They got 6 rounds, and if they get 10
Don't forget
more,
that was 6 in a row.
they'll win.
They could get 16 in
That's
a row.
10%, I guess.
Okay. And for Prophecy, when they look at this, and it was such a convincing map there, that'll give them the confidence going through into the playoffs because they've already secured their place, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it gives a good kick up the backside for Prophecy. They know they should be playing better. They've won the game. They did concede 6 rounds in a row, which is surprising. There was a rifle round lost there. So whether that's a little bit of a wake-up call, they say, right, we need to fix this, fine, doesn't matter. Going into the next one, again, there's just not a huge amount Method can do, or there's not a huge amount they want to do. There's nothing to gain, there's nothing to lose. It's the same as Reason, except Reason, you know, they took it as armour. They used it and fought the enemy, whereas it seems Method are quite content sitting back and just rolling over.
I was expecting a bit more from Genko in that, but going into this map, what are going to be your predictions for it then, Csgo?
I feel like it's a similar scoreline. Obviously, there were quite a few close rounds in that half, like especially the first one. It was 12-0, but it felt like some of the rounds could have gone either way. So I'm thinking, again, Prophecy, similar fashion, like 16-7, 16-8.
Yourself, Harold?
Yeah, Prophecy, 16-5, 16-6.
Okay. Well. There's a lot of energy in this table and a lot of confidence. Thank you. Maybe there's more over by the casters with Snot and Jackie. Last map for you, gentlemen, today. You must be hoping that this is a bit more exciting.
Do we, Jack? Or do you want to go home early? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think we want some high quality action, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, the most exciting thing so far was on screen to get some help with his earbuds. Did he have them in the wrong way round? Is that why he was struggling? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, for on screen, you got to feel bad for him in this scenario. He's being plugged in versus Prophecy as the manager as well for the squad. It's not as if he's the coach. Obviously a full-time streamer, plays CS a lot, but playing Pug style, Rank G or whatever, it's very different to playing in a team, especially if you've been out of that team environment for many years. He didn't play bad in the last game, but definitely didn't really provide some show-stopping plays as well. So as Ben said at the desk and alluded to it, it's not really anything to do with on-screen, it's more so the core of the Method lineup. But that's what's worrying, the fact that, yes, they're playing with a sub, but so is Prophecy.
Well, that's the thing. Method didn't really have a chance to shine, so everyone was sort of struggling in that regard. There was no one that could really step up to the mark and start to deal damage because everyone was just left under a rock. There was not too much to really say that they could have improved on. Prophecy were just ripping their way through them. They were having close rounds, sure, but they were just never able to close it out.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't. Talking to them as well after the game, they said they had 4 1v1s they threw away. They were fairly frustrated, but I feel like they were laughing that one off. It's fairly light-hearted atmosphere right now into the Method camp. Obviously, you have nothing really to play for. There isn't that monetary, what's the word I'm looking for, advance in their position in case they win this one. They're not going to get extra cash. It's just simply play for pride and don't get dominated and look like fools. Anyway, we're going to be going into the pistol round here. First pistol of the last game that we're going to be casting, Jack. Diffuse kit and smoke grenade for Neozinio. And of course, Kale once again to be buying the utility for the Prophecy side.
It's going to be that slow burst towards the A site. You got the flashbang and smoke on Kale. You can flash out. Obviously, you get the smoke for short as well if you want to try to block that off. Smoke goes out. Flash going to go over. They're now going to try and push their way through.
No one on the site though, which means a free bomb site for Prophecy as the bomb will be planted. Thankfully, they have a smoke diffuser for Neozinio. The retake begins now. Let's see what they can do. 5 versus 5.
Can they mount this retake? A lot easier to retake than that B bomb site, especially when you have 5 alive, but they can't quite get it in their favor just yet. On screen will eventually connect one shot back on towards Fleeve as they have climbed it back a little bit. It is now a 4 versus 4 scenario towards mid as well. Kolor will fall. Kale actually goes down. Genko's mounting the retake on his lone, so on screen gets another shot off. And Genko for the final frag towards Arch. Neozinio is going to get the defuse. Method actually kick it off with a bang as they get the opening round, only losing 1 man. Pulse fell, but off the back of on screen and Genko, they're able to pick it up.
4 players staying alive as well for the CT side as we go into round number 2. Bomb was planted, so we should be seeing a full eco come out from Prophecy. And then going into round number 3, they should have their buy. We are seeing just that. No Kevlar bought up right now for the T side as they're going to be expecting the 5 AK buy into round 3. At this point though, for Method, try and have 4 or 5 stay alive. Wield those SMGs to great effect and establish as much cash as you can before those buy rounds come in, so your money can be afloat, affluent and ready just in case Prophecy take rounds on the T side.
Weber goes for the early face here, trying to bring the aggression to the table. Has an A to play with, which he will lob out, try and transfer that back on towards Kolor. He's in position, Weber just rattling off shots left, right and centre as the push starts to come through, eventually pops the head of Kolor, ready for more, hoping they're just going to run in 1 by 1 and present themselves as free frags. On screen will claim 1 as well back towards Kale. Unfortunately, that's not a kill of an SMG. Neozinio blows Fleeve out of the server, and it's all left on Quicks. At least they have been able to maximise a couple of kills in the SMGs here. Quicks will eventually go down off a pot shot from Pulse with that USP, and they do get that second round. No casualties, and a bit of cash being built there for Neozinio.
Yep. 3,000, 4,000 across the board right now for the CT economy. Method right now looking like a partnered streamer. Shout out to On Screen, of course.
Getting that sub money.
Getting that sub money. How many subs has On Screen got? Must be thousands.
Don't know, mate.
Don't know,
Not
mate.
up to date on my on-screen lore.
Yeah, where's the Krieger? We didn't see that on the T side.
Just the Krieg. It's just called the Krieg. But statistically, 100% of rounds where the Krieg hasn't been bought have been lost.
There you
So
go.
stay woke.
2-0 now as we're going to be going into the first buy round here. Aggression in towards boost though. Kolor spots out 1 player. That's Genko isolated towards middle now.
Flashbang goes over. Kolor is going to peek out, finds the opening headshots, takes down Genko. Quicks as well, starts to do a bit of damage as he will get that kill back on towards Neozinio. They have actually got the advantage into the first 4 by here.
Yeah. A side completely clear. 2 players towards B. Weber making the jump towards middle, but actually no one else towards the A site. Method even not going to be rotating away back towards the A site. Instead, they're just going to be concealing this one potentially. In this scenario, you could actually let the bomb go down. Just save your 3 weapons here. Just try and have something better into round number 4. Oh, so close.
Weber, normally incredibly effective at his movement-based jumps. Very good in terms of mechanical skill. That's sort of where he excels as an individual player. Unfortunately, not really showing that just yet.
Almost like a frog just leaping around there, wasn't he?
He was.
Straight
Like a lizard up a wall.
Straight out of the pond. Anyway, it's going to be 2-0. Still 30 seconds left, and actually Fleeve's going to make it the 5 versus 2. Only the SMG surviving. And let's see, 30 seconds left. Bomb planted towards A, and here comes the save right now from the CT side.
Got control of that A bomb site. The last 2 players trapped towards B is going to be Weber and Pulse. Pulse is incredibly low as well. Weber is coming in to try and backstab upon Fleeve. who is unaware. Fleeve will fall as he connects the headshot. We'll try and switch out to that AK-47 as well, but Prophecy are really sending everyone over the party right now, but they're actually starting to drop men as well. As Weber, you give him an AK and he will start to rip his way through everyone. Starts to slay right now, force him to hit the deck as he will find that next frag, you'd imagine. Oh, towards the end there, seems like he was going to let it slip, but eventually did take down Arch. He's nearly single-handedly just wiped their entire team. Already a 4K for him.
And that will affect the economy. Look at the money right now for the Prophecy side. One player staying alive, so he can drop over an AK. Arch will be needing that one, but we're going to be seeing AKs across the board, but a distinct lack of utility going into round number 4. Obviously, Method bringing forward those SMGs into the 3rd round, which means they will have enough money potentially to buy up into this one. They had a full house, clean round versus the Eco. And let's see if that's been able to establish a good enough economy to warrant another buy. And it will, Jack. It's going to be Glass, Cannonade AWP here for Pulse. No Kevlar for him, so if he gets audacious and aggressive, he may be taken down. But usually just opts towards B, has the support of on-screen this time, no longer Stanley. Jenko again towards middle, and aggression towards A main, but look at the play here coming from Prophecy as it looks like they're going to go for the doorburst.
Going to go for the elevated angle for Weber here. He can rattle down hell from above, hit them in the top of their hitboxes in the heads, and Weber strikes from above, rips his way for everyone. That's the 4K. Weber could be on for the ace right now. Nilzinho to support him as well. Flashbang goes in to try and allow him to peek. Quicks is then alive. Weber peeks. It's the ace for Brandon Weber as he rolls back the years. That's clutch play there.
There we have it. A round 1 for Method. In terms of... Well, actually, sorry. The reset's going to come in for Prophecy. The fact they gave away 4 kills to Weber means their money isn't strong enough to have a buy into round number 5, so as soon as they lose a round, their money shall be reset. 3-1 is going to be the scoreline here. 4 spies going to come out from a few players right now onto the T side. Actually, as I say, that the final player will buy, so full 4 spy coming out from Prophecy. UMP upgraded pistols across the board, but is it enough? Flash comes in, Weber's feeling confident.
Kodo on the aggressive face here as he charges his way up. Weber, as you said, a lot of confidence. He's absolutely teeming with it. As he will try and take this aggressive approach for he finds the headshot. Makes swift work. Ooh, the connection to Fleeve as well as he gets him low. Fleeve, quite a satisfying word to say.
I know, I was just thinking that. You said Fleeve fell, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, it sounds like something out of Rick and Morty, really, more than anything, though.
Oh my goodness, Brandon!
He's had his Weetabix, mate.
He's had a bit more than that. He's had his Barocca, he's had his multivitamins.
Other brands of multivitamins are available.
Of course. And whatever else comes with that. Pulse, unlucky time in there, will on scope, but Brandon Weber, the monster, finally being tamed as he does go down. Let's give it a 3 versus 2.
Pushing their way in towards that B bomb site. As Pulse will find the swift kill towards Calais. It's all on Arch now, but look how low he is, not 7 HP. He is just slowly limping towards the A bomb site. There's blood all over the place. He's looking a bit green around the gills. He is not looking too healthy at all, and he's going to have to sprint in.
Oh dear, here we go. Just going to sit around for 30 seconds and save the UMP into the next one. Bomb has not been planted here, which means he will get 0 round loss bonus. If he wanted to save, instead he goes for the smart call here and will actually die before the time is out. The reason for that is, yes, you can save the UMP to the next round, but you will get no round loss bonus, which means if you lose that round, your money won't be the same as your team, so every single buy round that happens, there'll be 4 AKs, and then you'll be on a Tech 9 or obviously a UMP. So you want to have your economy established equally across the board.
It's true. Prophecy going for their buy again. Just a very light one, actually.
Yeah, it's going to be just armor onto Arch. Flashbang there for Calais. The fast B rush here. As they're going to be testing the Pulse. Well, the ult from Pulse.
Well, Weber's been doing damage towards A. Is Pulse going to be the saviour towards B? Right now, it's Whiff City as he starts to serve up some apple crumble. But on screen, will come in with that frag back on towards Fleeve. Jenko drops down as well. Absolutely flamboyant stuff there from Jenko. Weber for the final 2 frags of the round as they storm their way through. How many frags is Weber on now? Like 15
potentially after like 7 rounds maybe.
Oh, he's furious.
Oh, say hello to Arch. 14-1 for Weber after 7 rounds, so averaging exactly 2 kills per round here.
Yeah, well done. Good math.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Good math. Maths. It's maths. We're not American here, Jack.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, cheers. Let's give it the 4-round deficit round for Prophecy on the T side as eventually they will have a buy. 5 AKs for them. And Brandon Weber calculates that jump, hoping that there's going to be some aggression shown, and already Pulse was the first one to Fleeve towards B main. It's got the 1-man advantage for Prophecy.
Prophecy want to try and get themselves back in the driving seat right now. They're struggling a little bit to gain control of this moving vehicle. Weber is ready as well. He can play around on screen here. They can just try and face together if mid-control is going to be fought for. And you imagine they should be able to actually win this one. Weber usually very effective from the angle that's currently being played.
Smoke comes out towards Connector. The play comes out from Weber. The boost goes for the second, he lands it. But they know exactly where he is. Surely he's going to be traded, and eventually he will be. 2 versus 3 now. Low HP on to Calais. Bomb still towards mid main, so the T's haven't shown their hand just yet. 1 minute left to play with on the clock as well for the Prophecy side. They need this round. If Method take it, make it 6-1. Mana be low for the Prophecy side. This could easily be a 7-1 scoreline off of the back of this one buy round here. Kits into the CT side, strong utility as well. Smoke comes out towards Connector. If they go towards B, now that would be the right call. Pulse alone towards the speed bomb site.
Gonna make their way through. Seems like they are testing the waters a little bit, see if they want to try and go for that play through. Obviously the flashbangs go over, try and force the CT stack towards A to believe it will be an actual A assault. So Pulse second guesses himself, has to reposition. Oh, peeks out though and finds the kill towards Arch. The peak with his pants down. He had a bit of equipment in his hands and he does fall. He also gets the second frag as well. So Prophecy, that one is going to be swiftly taken away from them as Pulse does the damage.
6-1 now. A 5-round deficit is what Prophecy are currently facing as we go into round number 8. Strong kills there. Strong pre-aim as well. We saw the same come out from Kola on that B site. Mirage hold off, well, defense essentially. Anyway, though, enough of the past and into the present. It's going to be round number 8. Eco again for the Prophecy side. This is what I was mentioning. The fact that you win that one gun round, you force the eco, and you have the heavy odds to take round number 8.
Weber charges in first as he wants to open it up, but First Blood will get it. He takes down Quicks, but Kola responds with the double tap P250.
Weber may be getting a little bit too aggressive here, trying to force the issue and play off of the confidence he's currently stacked up. Flash comes in towards A main. We're warding off the T's currently, but the M4 is picked up and salvaged by Arch, a player that has Kevlar. Let's see what they can do.
Genko comes in as he does strike, eliminates Kola. It's Nilzinho and on screen though to actually close the round out towards the end there. This is an incredibly different half from Method as well. So Cash, a map where we know they can be a lot more effective at, we've seen that, but their CT half right now just dominating, relying more so just on their raw aim than anything else. The pushes are coming towards them. You've got the all-out aggression, the show-stopping plays that are coming out from Weber right now, and it's,
oh my God,
it's all working.
Yeah, 17-3 right now for Weber as we go into round number 9. It's not quite, just under 2 kills a round. Well, actually, as it's been 8 rounds played, technically it is 2 kills a round. Anyway, let's see if he can get one more and keep up the trend. 2 orbs coming out from the T side as Calais is going to be warding one alongside Kola. Once again, the Weber makes the jump towards middle, just showing off his flamboyant movement. He's able to oh my God, flee through the smoke. There we have it. Pulse will go down. The AWP is out of play right now for the CT side as they can get the man advantage off of the lucky spray, but Kola makes it 2-man lead.
So Weber actually went for the self-boost over, tried to backstab towards mid, but obviously Kola spots him out as he hears him towards the end there. Fleeb gets the entry through smoke towards B. This is a pretty ridiculous round so far in how it's gone in just a matter of seconds. Still 1 minute 10 left on the clock, Snuts.
Yeah. Weber forcing the issue here, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're going to leave Calais alone with the AWP towards B, hoping for some aggression from the CT side to equalise the scoreline, or the numbers, sorry, as it is a 2-man deficit for Method into round number 9. 1 minute left on the clock. The bomb back towards mid-main, so right now they're trying to feel out the sights with the AWPs and try and find another kill and try and make it a 5 versus 2, a nice clean round, and secure round number 2 for themselves.
Flashbangs go in, smoke goes out as well. Nilzinho is ready for the push to come his way, but will be able to actually shut them down. Meanwhile, towards mid, Genko is cooking up a storm as he finds the opening frag, but Quicks takes down Nilzinho so swiftly. Quicks with a double kill as well. It might be his name, Snoz, but I didn't realize he was that fast.
4 players alive right now for Prophecy, and 1 for Method. On screen, last alive. Forced to save in this scenario as well. Unfortunate scenes here. All off of the back of the spray through the smoke. Weber trying to force the issue. I mean, we say that constantly, but the reason here is he plays aggressive. He tries to carry on the momentum he's had so far, getting these massive 2, 3, 4Ks, even an ace as well. The issue here is you're constantly giving away kills, giving away money, and actually giving rifles away to the T side.
Yeah, it's all well and good trying to go for those plays when you know you're going to be able to get them, and obviously in desperation rounds. They do have a fairly big buffer already on their CT half. 7 rounds claimed. That's obviously now going to be starting to be caught up by a little bit. There's 2 rounds now for Prophecy, but towards the end on screen doing damage as well, as everyone on this Prophecy side is hunting towards the end of the round, and they are getting taken down. But that's the thing, with Weber, he can try and go for those aggressive plays if he knows he's going to back it up. He's getting the 1 entry, but where isn't he getting that 1 kill then being traded out? That's not really leaving them in a favourable spot.
Kola now is a great spawn to peek towards B if he wants to go for the play.
Ooh.
Yeah. Quicks as well. It's a nice headshot there onto Gfinity unable to even react to the player coming around the corner on his screen. Enough of that though. Round number 10. Let's see what the bars can be like for the CT side. Double up setup this time from Gfinity and Pulse. Caller has to spawn towards B, and Pulse though is going to win the duel this time. Has the better spawn in fact, and does beat him there towards the peak, through towards B main. Nevertheless, the man advantage already for Method as they have claimed 1 life. Flea will retrieve the AWP, and actually Karma bites him back as Pulse legs him to the smoke.
I thought he was actually going to find that kill there if he would have pulled the trigger. It would have been absolutely crazy if he would have connected it. Right now though, we're setting up to try and go for this play towards mid once again. Brandon's in position. You can see Weber last time around caught the drop on him. They weren't ready for this. It seems like no one's clearing it just yet. And once again he gets an opening frag, but this time has to drop off. The movement not really going to be favouring him. As you can see the panic in his eyes, Snows tries to stay alive. Arch will fall as he has to focus on 2 players at once and goes down. Fleeve catches Genko off guard, but look how low he is. They still have the advantage on the side of Method, even such a sloppy round.
Flashman comes in. Weber will reload the M4. Actually wins the duel, and now Fleeve is only 15 HP. 1 bullet from the M4 will take him down. He's holding for the push. See if Brandon Weber will get too audacious and give away the kill. Poor Molotov won't force the peak, and the headshot comes back. There he is, chewing his gum away.
Not even bothered.
Yeah.
Does it every day. Another day in the office for Brandon there.
It is indeed. 8-2 now. It's going to be the 6th round advantage. 6th round advantage for Method on their CT side as we go into round number 11. 20 kills and 4 deaths for Weber himself. Again, double AWP setup coming up from the CT side. As we do see the AWPs onto Gfinity and Pulse once again. Prophecy going to be forced back onto a weak buy due to some Kevlar helmets onto Arch and Calais. Deagle as well for Calais, but pistols across the board and no Kevlar for the remainder of the players.
Weber faces in aggressively here towards main, but no one is going to be there this time around, so he actually does back off, doesn't overextend. This is a lot better. Calm yourself down a little bit now.
Potentially. Playing towards forklift, you can peek towards door in case Quicks does open it. We'll smoke off their main, but it's looking like the assault and the commitment will come towards the A-bomb site. Bomb. And 3 players towards their main. Quicks towards door. And Caleb the Eagle towards mid will eventually get tagged up.
Which comes out, Weber finds the opening kill. Genko does damage as well. With a beautiful 1 bullet tap. I mean, that is absolutely lunacy as he is finding these shots. This is just ridiculous into this round. Gfinity as well, trying to stay alive. How has he not been killed yet? Quicks will eventually find the frag as they fall back into a 2 versus 2. Pulse goes for the AWP play. It's going to be a 2 versus 2 retake. They do have 1 AWP. If Quick peeks into it, Pulse should take him down. He had the angle covered, finds the headshot. Still no bomb plant yet. On screen takes the fight though, and they come out on top.
A stark contrast here for Method from the last map. 12-0 is the last scoreline in the first half on Mirage, and that was Prophecy's pick. Method, pick and cash, is looking like they've definitely got something to merit that pick. They brought something, and something's going to be 9 rounds already in the CT half, so even if Prophecy win the remainder of the rounds of this first half, the maximum Prophecy can get to is 4 more, 9-6, the best score they can ask for on the T side. Method, of course, already in 9, is looking strong, and an incredible flick there from Colour's going to find the first frag. Deagle for Calais, and a man advantage already.
That's the thing, you can read that play now. Weber, that's more sort of
every single round.
It's a one and done play. It's very shock and awe, sort of depending on timing, but Weber goes for it consistently. That's sort of how Method have always structured their aggressive mid holds, and he goes for it again. This time, Colour just takes him down with a nice little opener.
4 versus 4. Make it a 4 versus 3. Genko finds the second for himself into this round. Calais will find a kill towards mid onto on screen. We are seeing a 3 versus 3.
It's trade warfare right now as the kills come out. Colour was that a no scope as he takes down Genko. That's absolutely crazy as he makes his push towards the bomb site as well. Gfinity was unaware that he had slipped his way around through the backline, gained side control. Snows. The bomb is going to go down. He's left in a 1 versus 1. 3 kills already. Colour's team with confidence. Is he going to do something stupid?
Who knows? Has the HP, 75, 1 shot, 1 headshot from the USP will take him down. Flash comes in, and actually they'll be playing around the smoke.
Both of them playing around the smoke. Gets the drop on Pulse, but Pulse sees him first. Will take him down, gets the defuse coming through. Method, even in clutch rounds, are picking up the win. 10 rounds already grabbed. This is a repeat of essentially what we saw on the first map, but with just the names flipped.
Yeah, I mean, you would have thought Gfinity is the one to have his headset backwards, because second time now he's been caught off guard from the push on the other side on his flank. Anyway, round number 13 now 10-2 will be the scoreline, an 8-round advantage here for the CT side. That's Method. The UK team playing on home soil versus the international lineup of Prophecy. Obviously Quicks. I was going to say and Slap, but Slap's not here. From Sweden. Calais, I believe. Oh, where is Calais from?
Can't remember, mate.
Yeah, Arch from Ukraine, Koloff from Hungary, And then Fleeve as well from Hungary. But nevertheless, it's going to be the Deagle onto Quicks, the Swedish star, the Swedish import right now for the Prophecy side. What can he do in this scenario? The AWP from Pulse should find the first kill.
Pulse will find the opening kill towards Kolor. Another kill goes his way as well. Genko just waiting for the stragglers that actually bypass Pulse to take them down. It's on Kale, but he makes so much noise like an elephant storming his way over towards the B bomb site. Gets spotted out, but actually does overpower Genko and on screen as he gets a double kill, all for Galil as well. 20
HP though, no utility to aid him in this scenario. The bomb is down towards B main, so retrieve that one. We'll pick up the AWP though and peek towards CT in heaven. Newzenia has the kit, smoke, Molotov flashbang, so in case the bomb is planted, they can smoke the bomb, go for the diffuser, Molotov off towards B main, but it's looking like Khalid does want to go towards that B bomb site. Newzenia, actually Weber, going to be holding for the push here towards B connector, and it's looking like he's going to walk straight into his crosshair, but actually gives the game away.
This is the opening shot as he went for the no-scope. Weber will find that kill. But upgrade to the AWP as well, take that, possibly switch it over to Pulse or Genko, and see how they want to play it out into round number 14.
23-6 is the scoreline here for Weber. Even getting to 20 kills in one half is a strong feat. But 23-6, and there's still 2 more rounds to be played. He could get 25 kills in one half and be close to the 30 bomb if this game does end soon. 11-2 now. It's looking like an exact repeat to what we saw in Mirage. Just a flip side in terms of the teams. Galil for Calais, 3 AKs, no AWP for Kolor. And of course, double upset of, actually the single upset around coming from Method. As they do go 1-for-1 towards middle. It's going to be 4 versus 4. 1 minute 30 on the clock of the bomb towards B main.
Smokes are going out. On screen, seeming like he was getting ready to try and go for the aggressive face towards mid and try and take that map control, but didn't really want to run the risk. Probably the smart players, they've already lost Genko, so now back off a little bit. Mid control has been claimed. The bomb is actually waiting outside B, close towards Sunrin.
Weber, only on 19 HP. It may be the 4 versus 4, but it's more like a 4 versus the 3.5. As I'm saying that though, Weber has been such a strong player so far into this final map of the season for Method. This is the last map, the last game of CS Method are going to play for the whole of the Elite Series of this first season, as of course they didn't quite get to top 4.
Oh, Quicks gets one as he comes out with a cheeky play, as he was quite stealthy into the round, but the response came through stunningly fast. Arch peeks out as well, but there's no composure. He's just spamming wildly. Eventually does able to slow himself down a little bit and find the headshot back on the wards on screen, but Pulse peeks out, leaves him in a 2 versus 2. Look how close and personal Zinio is already though.
Spots one player going towards their main, and the bomb is planted. They know exactly the remainder of the 2 players from the T set are sight and towards forklift or a main, but Calais will land the first headshot. It's going to be the 2 versus 1 now.
Pulse double zooming in as he floods his way back over. They can reinvest into the next round. Pulse might as well just go for this anyway and try and run the risk, see if he can pick it up. Kolor's up close. He gets shot from behind. Somehow he kills the player behind Kolor there, but Kolor responds.
That could have been a collateral in that scenario. Nevertheless, there will be the final round here, 11-3. As we go into the last one. Money low right now for that T side. Kolor going to be buying utility instead of dropping over an AK. But thankfully that the Prophecy lineup can afford the AWP. Quickstare, the best spawn towards B, will be taking that. They know that Pulse has been dropping towards Checkers and peeking towards B main round after round. And right now they're going to be trying to take advantage of that. Let's see what Quicks can do. Peek comes. It's actually on screen to drop, but Pulse drops too. He has the left side angle advantage, but did anticipate on screen to be Checkers already.
The face comes out on screen with the Deagle doing what he does best right now as he deals damage, but unfortunately he will fall. Eventually Kolor gets the response with the AK-47. It's quite reliant on Deagles into this round really. Weber and Genko are armed with them. It's only Newzenia that has a rifle left. Still alive and kicking on that CT side, but look at the rotate. They've fallen off A already.
Play will be going towards the A site from Prophecy. This is going to be clear. Weber towards Car is the only player here. From the CT side, spots out Arch towards Forklift, trying to line up the crosshair and get that one-shot headshot with the Desert Eagle, but nevertheless, he will be the one-man advantage, and the site is Prophecy's.
Weber trying to do some kind of damage here with this Deagle as he just fires off shots. They have to go for it. It's the last round of the half period. Decides if it is going to be obviously 11-4 or 12-3 as they want to try and go for the push. Weber just peeking out, spamming over the Deagle. Nothing really going to work out for him just yet. Nilzinho peeks through, does get one, but the trade comes in as well. Genko's grabbed himself an AK. Finds a headshot. Genko, no kit for him, but he has a flashbang. Not too sure if there's one he can scavenge, but the timing doesn't work in his favor. Fleeve is going to slide out and take him down.
There we have it. First half of Cash has been written into the history books. 11-4 will be the scoreline in favor of Method. Didn't expect to be saying that one after seeing the first map and how that one unfolded. So, 11-4. Method, if they take this pistol, this could easily be a 14-4 scoreline as long as they don't allow, well, the Force Buy win, the Eco win coming out from Prophecy. We saw in the last round Mirage, Prophecy were able to win those pistol rounds and the Ecos. There's even a round there where they pushed towards CT or Mirage where they won without any Kevlar. Yeah, you heard it there.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
From the horse's mouth from Prophecy.
There you go. He's not wrong though, right? We saw what happened on Mirage. Poor plays, a distinct lack of structure from the T side. They just played one by one by one. It wasn't any cohesion, any team play. That's why the AWPs were so prevalent on that CT side from Prophecy on Mirage. Question is though, can they replicate that and decimate the T side coming towards them from Method? Well,
time will tell how it is going to go down as we get our way into that second half. Method obviously have quite a dominant lead over Prophecy right now, but if Prophecy can play to the confidence it seems they were talking to each other with, maybe they can actually start to lock this one down. The investment comes out. It's a smoke and a kit for Quicks. Everyone else is going to go for the armor.
Let's see now, second pistol. Method picked up the first one off of the big plays from on-screen and Genko. Now let's see what they're going to do on-screen. Big play on the last one, but look at this place from Fleeve. Should be able to catch a few players off guard.
Fleeve playing from Lumji here as the UK players know it as the push comes in. Plays with timing, finds a double kill, peeks out as well, tries to take down Nilzinho, but Nilzinho is having none of it. Eventually will fall to Kolo though.
Commanding pistol there, one for Prophecy, as the pistols go over 1-1. Both CT teams winning their CT pistols. As now we should have a game on our hands. If that went in the favour of Method, this could have easily been 14-4 and a very fast second game. Nevertheless though, 11-5, now the buy will come in for Method, as you see them buying Kevlar and upgraded pistols. That's the issue, right? On your CT side, if you get that spawn, the best spawn possible towards B, you can get in towards Lumji or Snacks and play the off angle and catch those players off guard.
The Eagles have been ordered up once again for Method. Pulse going to be the only one that's actually dodged on that and grabbed himself a Tech 9. Genko quite low as he takes such an aggressive stance towards mid here, really just charging in, hoping to overwhelm as he bursts his way through. Goes down to Kolor's USP. Weber hoping to respond with a Deagle. Can he connect anything here and start to make this round a little bit more spicy?
Round number 17, 1 minute 20 on the clock, and already a player down for Method, as is the one-man advantage for the Prophecy side. Bomb going towards door, so look at the eventual play towards the A-bomb site. They're just going to use on-screen's Deagle to try and fill out presence towards that B side of the map, and actually Weber will land the 3-shot tag onto Kolo and turn this into a 4 versus 4.
It's very awkward there, I think, to land all 3 tags to take him down, to resituate their attack towards the A-bomb site. Bomb is coming through, but Arch goes for the aggressive face, but look how low he is, not just 1 HP, and he's had to back off. The tags are going massively in the favour of Method. Arch
onto 1 HP, will finally get away, but already that's going to allow Weber to come in from behind. Doesn't quite get the second kill. Eventually they will be traded up by Nilzinho. It's going to be the 2 versus 2. Pulse is low, but they retrieve the M4.
Yeah, been able to get that bomb down as well. It's a Deagle and M4 to play with. Pulse is going to flashbang over, try and keep him at bay as he wants to slip back towards... unfortunately trying to get back towards main. He gets shot by Fleeve as he will fall. Nilzinho peeks wide as well, so Fleeve gets the better of him. Great round for Prophecy there as they were able to retake it. It looks like it could have got a bit shaky towards the mid-section of the round. We saw a couple of great openers for Method. They started to lose their grasp, but eventually sorted themselves out, recalibrated, and closed that one down as they get that 6th round now, trying to truck on through. Method, that's a double plant for them though.
Yeah, I mean, if Weber found that kill towards 4, Cliff made it 3 versus 2, they would have had a sight, high HP players as well. That could have easily been 12-5 here in favour of Method. Nevertheless, though, we are going to be seeing the Eco come out from Method. Should be 11-7. Still a 4-round advantage for Method, but that's of course, if they do let this one slip, there's going to be 3 Deagles bought up, Weber, Pulse and Genko. P250s for Nilzinho on screen, no sense of Kevlar bought, no armor right now for the T side, and no utilities. It's looking like a bloodbath here, towards this A site.
Quick's going to push in through the smoke, spots out Genko and does get the headshot as well, wants to try and double that up towards Weber, switches up to his side. Armor finds such a crisp little one-tap there with the UFP. Deagle comes in as well. Every kill he's got so far into this round has been with a different weapon.
That's indeed. Did he just throw away the M4 for the... Oh no, he had the UMP initially there. Thought he just threw away an M4 to pick up a UMP. Nevertheless, we go into round number 19 here. The buyer's going to come out on both sides. 11-7. Finally, we have a game on our hands here, Jack. Let's see. 26 kills so far from Weber. And right now, lead the charge for Method. On the CT side, it was crucial. Round after round was off the back of his incredible solo plays, but right now on the T side, they need him to step up, and the rest of the team as well to fire on the same syllable. Syllable? Fire within the same cylinders, I guess? Words are hard. Yeah, something like that. Step up, essentially, and try and see if they can close this one out before they choke it away like we saw Infuse do.
Nice little human totem pole there being made by Method as they get themselves up towards boost.
Let's see. Play comes out towards middle. But right now, Arch going to be trying to see if he can do a Weber, but won't quite make it. It's going to be the 1-for-1.
Not going to work out. Can't out-Weber the Weber as the push comes through. Pulse is going to punish them for that one. Genko as well moves elegantly through mid as he finds that headshot back towards Calais, and it is going to be a B burst. That's the order of the day, Snods. But are they ready? Will they be able to cancel this out on the side of Prophecy? Because it all relies on Fleaver. Look how far he is extending here as he pushes deep. Checks his angle towards his left. Nilzinho spots him, takes him down. They've secured this site. This should be round number 12. Surely this retake is not viable.
Unfortunate timing there for Fleave, as he does get swarmed. Quicks now, rotating in through Vent. With the UMP, not the best weapon you wanted that scenario. Pulse rips his head off, and it will be Caller last alive to save in the 1 versus 4. It's going to be 12 here for Method. It should have been really 13 off the back of that eco that almost went their way. Nevertheless, though, I'm sure Method would be complaining, especially after how the last fight went. So, Caller, I was going to say saving the AWP, but there he is. News unit from the flank will find the kill from Highway, and no gun saved. 12-7 is the score, and the money is decent for the Prophecy side. Obviously, 8,000 there onto a few players. Fleave going to be dropped over an M4, can buy utility and Kevlar, I believe. And we are going to be seeing the 4x current for the CT side here. 4 M4s, 1 AWP onto Color. And here we go. Round number 20. No AWPs run out from the T side there. Banking on the effect here from the rifles. So far, so good as Jenko's the spawn towards B, trying to catch the play off guard. But Color, there we have it. Genko finds the headshot. The advantage, the site is theirs.
Beautiful as he gets that opening shot. That is ludicrous right now as they want to try and continue this push in towards that bomb site. The rotate will come through. Fleave is ready as he's perched up, sitting on top of the pedestal, trying to deal damage. Look how low he gets Genko 2 HP. Genko just has to stay alive essentially now. Fall to the backline, plays support with the rest of his teammates as they only have 3 players remaining on Prophecy. They know he's low, but there's no kill. Genko still does damage though. Rips the head off Calais.
The tag team will merit themselves the 3 versus 2. 2 HP there for Genko. Very close. The HE could deal the damage, but it doesn't quite connect. Weber, 100 HP towards the default site anyway, so the bomb will go down. Kits though for the CT side. So look, I'm actually going to go for this one through CT. Smoke off. Oh, the re-smoke comes in. There's another 15 seconds off of the clock. In this retake scenario, that might just be the final tail. Instead, they're going to flash and play this one fast.
Just going to charge through. They have to, but they walk into the meat grind. Obviously, that's where you can't really run those risks of running through a smoke. You don't get any vision. They get the drop on you before you can even try and react. And they get killed, Snots, and they're left with nothing.
That was a desperation play coming out from Prophecy. That shot there from Genko. Clinical headshot. Actually wins that second spray battle as well, somehow, some way.
That was nice.
Yeah, strong round there from Genko. But of course, the man of the match so far as well. But 27-12 for him as we go into round number 21. The Eco's going to come up from the CT side. It's looking like 14-7 here as long as Method don't choke versus the Eco. And again, another round where the T side, Method, can build their bank versus the Pistols and stack up their cash with the winning round bonus.
You have that range advantage. Just take it slow, take it easy. Peek together. They're going to be trying to play these close range crossfires, obviously. Just wean them out. Find those opening frags. Pulse normally very effective when he plays around door like this and shutting them down. Will get one. Tries to get the second right now. A little bit of a struggle coming through. Slight whiff. So he throws the nade in. Pulse eventually will claim it as well. Genko peeks out and shuts down Arch. They've secured the A bomb site now. It's just the players that are rotating over Genko, and he takes 1 round to eliminate Calais as well. Fleave will get the same treatment as he falls. The Method so close to actually shutting this one down and keeping the series into a 1-1.
I mentioned Weber needed some help in terms of firepower to finish off this the second map here. It's looking like Genko's going to be the name picked out of the hat. 22 for him, 22 for Weber, 27, sorry, for Weber. The dynamic duo here from the Method side definitely dealing the damage needed to merit a strong T-half. 14-7 now as they're going to be doubling the rounds that Prophecy has managed to conjure up here. Round number 22, no AWPs right now from the CT side, and having no AWP to Color could definitely be detrimental for the CT side. They will be lacking that extra firepower.
Genko going to drop in towards mid as he wants to storm his way through. Once again, the peak is going to come out. Gets a bit of a tag off early. You can see Kolor losing 9 HP, forced to try and retreat, but extends, once again goes for the another face as he loses his head.
Does indeed. Calais towards Vent as well. We'll find a kill on Genko. It's going to be the 4 versus 4 bomb outside our main right now. So it's looking like eventually Method will commit towards the A site. But slowly but surely, they're making their way across the map.
Rotate coming over. Going to be setting themselves up as they do have utility to play with. Molotov goes in towards Vent. Will actually play with Prophecy a little bit here. Callie takes a fair bit of damage as well.
Neilzina going to be going back towards T-Spawn and regrouping with the Method side. It's the 4 versus 4, Lurch to Calais. No kits right now for the CT side, so this could definitely be the 15th round here for Method, as long as that bomb goes down and they expect the play from Arch.
Oh, Arch up in Shroud. On screen doesn't check it. Weber does, but it's too late. Quicks as well comes into effect. Neilzina eventually punishes Arch, but he's left in a 1 versus 4 as he has to try and push his way around. Gets himself in the elevated angle. Needs to spot them out now as they are just shooting out a few rounds here and there. No one knows the location of Neil just yet. They realise he's pushed out, but that audio cue might aid them into this as they swing wide. Fleeve will shut him down, and Prophecy do stay alive.
They do indeed. 14-8 now, 6 rounds separating these two teams. We're going to round number 23. It's looking like, again, another 5 AK buy coming out from Method on their terrorist side. 4 M4s, AWP saved and salvaged for the CT side into this round. So far, it's a very good half coming out from Method, but right now, Prophecy, they're starting to wake up. Bomb, and all 5 players from the C side can be greeted by Corlor's AWP here.
Going to be rotating over. Color ready to strike when the timing is right for him. They smoke him out. He has the counter smoke to play with, but is he going to space in? Oh, the flick as well towards Genko. That is very nicely done as he backs off towards site. Already the man advantage in favour of Prophecy into the round.
Smokes come out towards CT and Molly as well towards backside and default. It's going to force Caller to a different angle, actually going to smoke off default and now peek out.
Oh, Weber could have been taken down there, but eventually was able to find the first frag. Callie from the backline will go down after just the 1 kill. Neilzina comes in with the frag back on towards Quicks as well. Snods, they're in a good position. On screen, does damage back towards Fleeve.
Oh
sure,
God.
He gets sent off to the Burns wall, but it's all left on Arch in a matter of seconds. They've secured the site. It's a 1 versus 2 retake scenario.
Has the kit, Molotov, double flashbang. Pulse, didn't actually hear him drop through vent. And here it comes, the 1 versus 2.
Molly goes in, going to bounce it off the wall, rebound it in to try and force him to face so he can get the damage, but he had to back off himself. Finds the first opener though as he dispatches Pulse. Needs to just connect the second. Neilzina just toying with him right now as he tries to bait him out. He has the kit, but he won't even get a chance to get on site. Neilzina eliminates him.
Arch not expecting the double face there. The re-peek from Neilzina catching Arch, reloading, and it's going to grant the match point here. 15-8 is the scoreline. And the money is going to be in tatters right now for the CT side. Scout there for Corlo has Kevlar, but apart from that, 2 CZs the UMP onto Arch, M4 for Quicks, and of course the 5 AK buy for Method.
Is this where Weber's going to get himself final 2 frags and grab that 30 bomb?
Do you remember on an Epic LAN where Smooya was on 39 kills and he ran through mid doors and Dust 2 when it was 15-14 trying to get to 40 kills and through the map?
Genius.
Anyway, it's going to be 15-8, round number 24. Flashes come through. There we have it. 2-man advantage for Method. It looks like the desperation play comes out from Prophecy as they're trying their hardest to close this one out.
That's the thing, all Method had to do in that round as well is just play anti-eco. They knew the push was going to come towards them. They hunker down in good angles that complement them. They get pushed, but they just find the frag so easily. Even though they have lost 2 players as well, still have a big advantage in this round. Quicks has grabbed himself the M4. Kolo has upgraded to an AK now as well, so they do have a little bit of firepower to play with. Method should probably just group up and Wolfpack style CS it into the end of this round.
Call up, off angle here towards A main, wins the first duel, goes for the spray transfer, doesn't quite connect it. Match point here, 1 versus 2, no kit, no utility right now for Quicks, has full HP in the Kevlar, but right now they have the man advantage and the bomb will eventually go down.
Rotate comes through. Quicks is going to slowly tiptoe over as he needs to clear these angles and force the retake here if he wants to take this through. We'll get the 1 headshot off on towards on screen. It's just left on Pulse, but look how low Pulse is. But he peeks it and does it. Pulse shuts them down. It's a 16-8 scoreline as they are able to come out on top.
Oh, he got it. He did get 30. So 30 kills there for Brandon Weber to secure map number 2. Maps go 1 for 1. Cash going in favour of on-screen and co. The manager subbing in will grant them that cash win alongside, of course, the 12-0 advantage of Mirage. We can't forget about that one. Anyway, though, you can see Method smiling on that one. Probably not going to be expecting the 1 for 1. Anyway, so far so good from Method. Of course, that will be the final game for them in the Elite Series as they don't make top 4.
Yeah, I mean, at that point you expected they were just going to let it slip away. First map was way too dominant. You imagine they were just going to let it go, but they do respond quite effectively on cash.
They do indeed. So 1 for 1. I think the first scoreline in Mirage was what, 16-7. Obviously a 12-down advantage was always really Prophecy's game. And on that second map, we saw a 10-2 advantage for the CT side of Method. Sorry, and a stark contrast. It seems like they just woke up on that second map.
They woke up, started to deal the damage, and they really ran away with it. But now let's run away, back over to the desk. Let's get involved with Tom Deacon and the boys.
Thank you very much, Snods and Jackie. Well, there it happened. The unthinkable happened. You didn't see it happening. You didn't see it happening. Call yourself experts. It got aggressive there for no apparent reason. But listen, Method got that win. How are we feeling after that?
Quite shocked, obviously. We didn't expect that. Obviously, I got the scoreline right, just the wrong way around, obviously. That's fine. But it reminded me of last week, to be honest. You two just lose your minds.
No, not at all. It's just, Harold, I'm obviously kidding. But we didn't expect that Method win because of the likes of On-Screen coming here and hasn't done a lot of playing in LAN competitions. But it was just surprising what happened to Prophecy. And now that they're going through to the playoffs, this doesn't bode well for them.
No, it's got to be a knock to your confidence. There's certainly games in the playoffs that they're going to be able to win, whether they get that game. Obviously, they have to play one of the top 2 teams. You know, there's no easy road for them here. I believe this means they're going to have to play...
Whoever places first.
Yeah. So it's likely to be Envious.
Most likely.
I think it's Envious. So there's a real opportunity here for Prophecy to flop. They need to come back into this next week and be a lot stronger than they are today. Obviously, you have upsets. They did win one map. Happy days. It's better than, you know, they've broken the losing streak, which is at least
something.
Yeah, better than nothing.
I know, and then look at that. You know, they really didn't want to. At first, in the first map, you thought, oh, they don't mind finishing last, but winning the second map, leapfrogging Reason Gaming, obviously because of their matchups previously. But I tell you what, I mean, anything could happen at the top 2 because Epsilon could actually get a victory tonight against Team Envious and then finish top, and then they'll be playing Prophecy first versus third and second versus fourth. But it's the top 4 teams that would you say that they have performed the best across the Elite Series and that's why they're there, or was there someone who didn't quite make it you feel like should be there?
I feel like the last 3 weeks were a better judgment as like comparing the top 4. So for example, XL the last 3 weeks, they picked up, I think it was a draw against Endpoint and then 2 wins in a row. And that basically cemented their spot. Whereas the other teams kind of, if you had to look at like a form table, for example, XL I think would be top, which obviously that gives them reason to come top 4. It wasn't our pick at the start of the season. We thought Method. And the other 3 teams, I think it was quite a given. You know, all 3 international sides were expected to be here. So, yeah, it is how it is.
But it's nice to see XL representing the UK, getting into the top 4.
There had to be one, didn't there?
That is very true. There had to be one.
Technically correct.
I don't know.
Fixed system, it's rigged, isn't it?
That's why we had the top 4. No, but with Prophecy's sort of form there, and XL obviously will have to play either Envious or Epsilon. They'll be watching this last match that's coming up today at 9 p.m. It's sort of watching maybe for tactics to see, I mean, are they going to play as they would intend to in the semi-finals next week and in the finals, or are they going to see it as a bit of a puggy match, get some stats in? How will Epsilon and Envious
I feel like as a professional player, you don't really want to be in a case where you play as if you don't care. You still want to play what you practiced anyway, because otherwise, what was the point in practicing before that? You may as well do what you do and then practice that sort of stuff.
Even if they do use it as just a practice game, they've still got to play their best. They have to, you know, set a bit of a standard. If we do this against this team, does it work? Essentially, what we're looking at really with this next game is what could potentially be the final. So both teams have to put up their best fight, and it sets a benchmark. So it sets what they can do, what they're capable of, what they need to work on. It gives them a great opportunity. This could be the final. So what we're looking at is a very, very interesting game.
Oh, but it could be mind games, though. They play so badly. The other team goes, we're going to win this easily, and then bang! Out of nowhere, they come in.
Or they don't practice the whole week, and so they end up winning.
Well, there you go.
The real mind game could be that you run only defaults. Don't do any special strats or anything. You just run defaults, see how they react to that, and base that on what you could potentially do from there.
Yeah.
Which is a big mind game, I suppose.
I love it. Well, that is why you're experts. I knew you were experts. Csgo, thank you so much for today. Harold, an absolute pleasure having you on the panel. So now we know the qualifiers for the Elite Series Counter-Strike semi-finals. Prophecy and XL will join Envious and Epsilon in the final 4. But there is this small matter of top seed status still to be decided. Join us at 9 p.m. for the final game of the day. It is the first against second. Envious against Epsilon. You wouldn't want to miss it. See you soon.
Oh, madman. Oh, but he lands it.
And Envious in a great position.
This could be so deadly. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. What a dominant half there from Epsilon.
It's all popping off.
Oh, just like that.
By one. A little aggressive there.
Finds the headshot, juicy one.
Oh, word.
Yeah, it is. 2 kills coming. Finally, one goes down. Single-handedly, he tears it up.
them.